Hello and welcome to the North American Guitar Showroom. Super excited to have the two Ryans on the sofa at the moment. We have got Mr. Stuart Ryan playing a brand new Ryan Gerber RL15 in a whopping set of Honduran mahogany for the back and sides and a master grade Swiss spruce for the top.
Oh, Swiss spruce.
Yes, okay, yes. And we're here again.
Yeah.
You and me on the sofa.
On the sofa. except since last time I've actually acquired one of these myself, haven't I?
I know, that was so funny. I was doing a blog this morning and I thought, actually, I was talking about your guitar. I thought, I must just get a little quote from Stuart. And I love the way you ended up and you went, I liked it so much, I took it home with me.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, the second I played it, I was doomed, really. There's no going back. I mean, what guitars Ryan's building. They're just absolutely staggering.
I know they are. I mean, we have been speaking about Ryan for quite a while. Obviously, I was telling you about him when he was coming in. But you missed the first two because they literally came and went within sort of some 48 hours and crazy like that. And so when you came in and played the next two that came in, you ended up walking home with one of them.
I couldn't come back quick enough, could I? I think I came back a week later or something like that.
Yeah.
So desperate before anybody else. So if you wanted that one, I'm really sorry.
But they've got like trying to describe these guitars, and obviously being the sort of the dealer, the guy who's selling the instruments. Often whenever I'm writing a blog or doing a product description, obviously we're all so enthusiastic about all of the luthiers that we represent and every guitar that comes to a showroom. But in a year, every so often there is a guitar or a builder that comes through that pops its head up that you really can't help but get super passionate about.
Yeah.
Ryan really does tick all those boxes.
He's great. I mean, I've certainly owned no shortage of guitars over the years. It's sort of well known.
Froggy's so good.
Yeah,
I mean,
Collins.
On and on.
Yeah, but and I've loved them all. But one thing I was always looking for in a fingerstyle guitar was the fat treble.
Yeah, the legendary fat treble.
I mean, that is just extraordinary. It's so full, but then balanced against it all. And one really nice surprise with this, I primarily went for mine as a fingerstyle guitar, but I do a lot of commercial type music as well, and it does the strumming thing. It does.
Yeah, I know, and that's. I was, again, just reverting back to the fact that I was doing this blog, but I literally had just said exactly the same thing. They're incredibly versatile.
Yeah.
And I know that gets thrown around quite a lot when discussing instruments, but to take something straight out of the case, tune it up, and it to have that balance and that presence.
Yeah.
But that when you dig in a little bit with a pick,
there.
it doesn't. Because sometimes you dig in with a pick and it just bottoms out.
Yep.
This still keeps the fullness all the way through, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I initially thought this would be an Adirondack top because it's got that headroom that keeps giving. But mine's moon spruce. Is that different to Swiss spruce? I'm not sure.
It's all European.
Yeah.
So it all has the same sort of.
It's beautiful. These tops are just fantastic. You can feel what they're doing, and the thickness they're adding to things is extraordinary. But it is, it's the all-round. It really is an all-round acoustic. If you only could have one, if you were a fingerstyle player that had to do that more commercial, that John Mayer type thing, it will do all of that sort of stuff absolutely perfectly. I love them. And the other great thing is the consistency. Holding this one and thinking about how mine is, it's the same.
Yeah,
different woods, but the fit, the finish, everything, the setup is the same. It's quite incredible.
There was a couple of things when I managed to convince Ryan to do a little interview with me at the Woodstock show that I recently attended, which was an amazing show and just phenomenal luthiers throughout. But it was great. I had Lars actually with me at the time, and Ryan, we were out by the river. It just stopped raining, and he just said, "Oh, can I see the guitar?" Which is your guitar.
Oh, cool.
And he opened the case, and as he opened the case, Lars went, "Oh, wow," and was looking at all of the sort of the head veneer, and he was going around little bits of the perf and just going, "Oh, how did you do that?" And that must have been a really tricky bit. His craftsmanship is consistent and aesthetically not too overpowering. Like he has a lot of lines that are very similar to the European builder. but yeah, a little bit more flamboyance in certain areas that really do stand out.
It is just staggering work, really. It really is, and they just play beautifully. Low actions. That's the other thing about them. You can have a low action if you want it, but you're still going to get all that volume. It's not like many guitars where the action comes down; they just thin out. With this, it's that's a really nice low action on this. I'd probably even have it a tiny bit higher myself, but it's a low action, and yet you still get all that fatness. And it's balanced across. And I've recorded this; it records great. I've recorded mine. Easy guitar to record. They sound fantastic.
Yeah, go on. Let's have a tiny little bit of your playing.
I'll take this one as well, go on.
So it's funny because when I was talking with Ryan, he only went full time with his building last year.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, he went from it was more of a hobby, and he was sort of building one or two instruments, and then last year he went full time, and we feel really proud to be a part of that, and seeing. I mean, we've had players like yourself. They were playing. We had Mike Dawes do a demo on one of them, and all of them, every single person played it said, "Wow."
But don't start thinking this is one of those a player's guitar or anything. It's just a tremendously made and sounding and feeling guitar. They're just absolutely staggering. I'm glad you found him because they really deserve to be heard. These things.
It's going to be exciting to see. So we've only ever brought in the RL15 or the RL15 Plus. And it's got a 16-inch sort of small jumbo that he also builds. So we're probably going to bring in a couple of those next year. We'd like to bring in at least 4, maybe even go for 6 next year, because everybody that's played them has just fallen in love, including yourself.
Yeah, I didn't know what they were when you first handed it to me, a couple of months ago, and I just remember the first time. I think I just played some harmonics on it. Just remember thinking, wow, Well, you know what? I thought this is going to make my life a lot easier. Basically, that's what I thought, and it has done. It's great. So, Ryan, congratulations. You're wonderful.
Absolutely, congratulations. So, should we do a little tiny bit of playing and then we'll finish the video?
Yeah.
Is that all right with you?
Why not? Yeah, let me just retune it.
And whilst you're doing that, just looking at that head veneer and how he sort of, like, that'll match the end graph. He does little hat tilts to the guitar throughout.
The thing I love about them, it kind of is almost, you're almost getting onto classical guitar territory just because they're so big, and so responsive and fast.
I could sit and watch you play all day.
Let's do it.
Stuart, so good. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much. God, we really do feel so lucky here having people like Stuart Ryan coming down and playing these phenomenal instruments. I do tend to get a little bit gushy with these videos. So much talent in one room. Anyway, so for more information on the finest hand-built luthier instruments, then please do subscribe to this channel. But for more information on Ryan Gerber and this mind-blowing RL15 in Honduran mahogany, please do get in touch.